Hi guys, good afternoon and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in today's video review I will be doing my season 3 review for the third and final but spectacular season of the Netflix hit show Lost in Space. I was wearing the correct attire for today. You can't read it on the bottom, but below the robot here it says Danger Will Robinson. Oh God, what a final awesome season. Now, before I get into all of that, of course, please be warned. Obviously, I'm going to be discussing the entirety of Season 3. I just binged it all. I just finished it. So if you haven't started Season 3 yet and you plan to, or maybe you just started it, or you're in the middle of it, or you're almost done with it, my point is don't keep watching or listening to this video, as I'm going to be dropping spoilers constantly everywhere, which way, left and right. So I'm going to be referring to moments throughout the entire season. And if you haven't seen any of it yet, or if you're currently watching it, for God's sake, don't keep watching or listening, because I'm going to be dropping spoilers like crazy. That being said, you have been warned. Let's dive right back into it. What an excellent way to wrap up this series. I mean, it had all the familial love and affection that's made season 1 great. It had the scope, scale, spectacle, and action and sheer amount of robots that made season 2 even better. And now season 3 is like a culmination of what made the first 2 seasons so good, and possibly their best season yet. Obviously, it's their final one too, but still, it says a lot that, you know, the third season is this good for so many reasons. I mean, the life or death stuff, I'll admit, is a bit predictable. Like whenever the Robinsons find themselves in a life or death situation where it's just 2 of them or 3 of them, or one of them in a situation where they could potentially die, you know they're going to get out of it. But it's still damn entertaining to watch. That's not meant to be a sharp criticism. I'm always delighted that they get out of every life or death situation, you know, alive, which I would prefer them as. But still, I was just very satisfied with the season overall. An excellent balance of character drama and sci-fi action. You know, I really love the fact that they defeated the robots with kindness. Like, when Penny realized this is how the attachment, the bond between Will and his robot was formed, her choosing to save that severed robot and then it becoming Sally was like, oh my God. The kids are going to try to save as many robots as they can, and they're going to kill them with kindness. Literally, this might be how they defeat the robots, by killing them with kindness. Another thought I had was, oh, well, maybe they'll bring some robots back from that planet after convincing them, yeah, humans aren't so bad, and then they get those robots to help them fight them off. But instead, they took something else from them, which was that sound, which significantly weakened Sar, even though thankfully they were able to defeat him and bring Robot back to life. I was so happy about that, because once he stabbed him in the heart, I was like, okay, well, that's not going to kill him a second time, or almost kill him. So what's the catch here? The blue light and energy is now infecting Sar, and it turns him back into our favorite character, Robot. So they defeat their enemy by killing him with kindness, literally, because Sar becomes no more once Robot's energy takes a hold of him. So, and when I saw Robot carrying Will out there, I'm like, oh my God, he's going to do what Adler and Will did for Scarecrow last season, which is bring him back to life with a bolt of lightning. They're going to Frankenstein him. And sure enough, that's kind of what they did, but it was a bit watered down because obviously a bolt of lightning would have killed Will and everything. But I also loved about this season, there weren't too many weird creatures. Like, there were a plethora of cool-looking creatures in season 2. But we got that really big, nasty swamp worm thing that was consuming Jupiter too, with Maureen and Judy inside, which obviously they got to spit it out. So just the sheer size and scale of that thing was awesome. Just having one really big, cool creature made up for the lack of other creatures. But I will say I was very, very happy and satisfied with my robot fix and fill I got for this season. I wanted to see a hell of a lot more robots, and we got exactly that for this season. What I was not expecting and was absolutely delighted with was the fact that we got to see robots fighting other robots. Because I was hoping, when I realized enough of those kids had turned enough of those robots and made them good, essentially. I was like, oh my God, are we about to get the good robots versus the bad robots fights? And that's exactly what we got. The good robots versus the bad robots. And it was short but sweet, and it was simple but awesome. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I also really loved some of the more touching moments throughout this season, where it's like, at first I was like, why is Smith going to inject or poison Will? That doesn't make sense. Oh, she's not going to Will's room. She's going to somewhere else. Who is this guy? Like, who is this guy again? And then it dawns on me, the interrogator from season 1, the one who had caught her right before the robots attacked the Resolute way back in season 1. Oh my God, this is him. He's been alive this whole time. She was going to kill him. And when Robot intervened and he said, help Dr. Smith, he wasn't asking her for her help with Will. I mean, he kind of was, but he was also saying, I'm here to help you. And when Smith relayed that story to Will about how Robot saved her or helped her by stopping her from doing something she could not possibly undo, I was like, that's deep. That hits deep. God, what a great season this was. And Dawn was hilarious. So many excellent comic relief and funny moments and scenes with him throughout this whole season. And Debbie, too. I loved the fact that Debbie survived as well. I was very happy about that. I know, I gotta say, I guess one thing I was surprised about was that with Russell Hornsby's character, I kind of kept thinking the twist with him was that he would secretly somehow be in league with the robots or be not as true and as wholesome as he was making himself out to be. Like there was a secret shady side to him. But hey, he ended up surviving and proving to be a good guy after all the whole time, which I'm more than fine with. I guess I was just kind of thinking a twist would be, oh yeah, he's actually not good. He's evil somehow, or there's something shady about him. Speaking of shady characters, I kept thinking to myself, I wonder if we're going to see Hastings again. Last we saw him, he was locked up with all his goons for trying to pull all the crap they did last season. And then sure enough, there he was. Right as I was thinking about that, I'm like, oh, son of a bitch, there he is. There's Hastings. And I was really hoping and thinking that Robot actually did kill him, because that would have made a lot of sense and been really satisfying. But when it turned out to be one of the nastier robots, I was like, oh, well, that's okay. I wanted Hastings dead anyway because he was a prick, so I'm glad he's just gone either way. I was really hoping Robot would have been the one to do him in, but he wasn't. But oh well. Yeah, this season was excellent. And I loved the closing, too, how they revealed that they're rebuilding the Resolute with the alliance and the help of the robots now that they're free of their original programming and they're free to be their own free-thinking, free-willed beings, and some of them chose to stay behind and help the humans continue building spaceships while the rest of them took off into space looking for a life of their own. I absolutely love that. And I even love the fact even more that Robot chooses to stay with the Robinsons. That alone makes me smile. I was smiling for the final 5 minutes of the series finale. I mean, that was beautiful. Even Smith got a somewhat happy ending with Maureen telling her, hey, look me up when you get out. And then Smith, like, writing, because as soon as she dropped that lit paper on his chest, I'm like, it's a confession. She's going to confess everything, despite what is going to happen to her. So hope isn't gone with her either. I love that too. Everybody in this season had such a great story, both individually as in an ensemble cast, with a healthy balance of drama and action for everybody, for sci-fi fans and family drama fans alike to enjoy, at least in my opinion. And this season delivered, if not over-delivered, with a few things. Like, I did not expect to see robots fighting robots. That was awesome. I was hoping for a final battle in Alpha Centauri. I feel like we got that with the robots versus robots and the robots attacking Alpha Centauri in general. But man, how satisfying was this season. Sad that it's over, but it had a hell of an ending too. So I'm really happy about that. So what did you guys think of the final season of Lost in Space? I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings and comments on it. Please sound off down below if you have anything you'd like to say about it. Try to keep it spoiler free if you can for those who haven't seen it yet. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome rest of your day. Lost in Space is now streaming in its entirety on Netflix for your viewing enjoyment. Have an awesome rest of your night, everybody. Thanks for watching. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.